guys, Netflix Goddess here, and Happy New Year! Welcome to 2011, and this is going to be the first Netflix fix for 2011. I'm doing it a little different, so if you've watched my previous Netflix fix videos, there's only been 2 of them. It's supposed to be a weekly thing, but they're really kind of time consuming. So I was thinking of making it a monthly thing for 2011, but I would prefer to have it be more often than that. So we're going to try do it this way, and we'll see how it goes. You can let me know in the comments what you think. If I keep looking down, it's because I have a stopwatch. The application I'm using to record this is called ScreenFlow, and there's no timer. But anyway, what we're going to talk about right now is Netflix and their price changes. I've been a member of Netflix since 2000. That's when I got it. So that's 11 years now. And during that time, I have had various plans. I put the account on hold a couple of times. You can do that for up to 3 months. You can just put it on hold. You have to send back all the DVDs you have, and then you just don't pay for 3 months. You don't get to do anything with the service for 3 months, but you don't have to pay, and they keep your account information intact and everything. So it's a great service, and I was just livid last month when I got the email about the price changes. Ever since I have had it, I started out with 3 DVDs at a time. And then when I got it, the highest you could go to was 6. Then after a few years, you could go up to 8. So for a while, I actually had 8 out at a time. But when I had 8 out at a time, it was like $40. So I had tempered down to 6 out at a time. And that was like $33, $34. Currently, that's the 5 DVD out at a time price. To have 6 DVDs out at a time, it is currently, right here, $41.99 a month. And that I was just livid. I was so angry when I got that email. What happened? This was in the middle of beginning of November, into October, and we were grandfathered in, though, meaning that we could continue to have the service that we had for the rest of the year. But at that point in time, when we got the email, anyone starting the service, since that email had gone out, would have the new pricing. But people who had already been members were able to continue their pricing until the end of the year. Then technically you would switch over to a new plan if you chose to have one. I immediately chose a new plan. I went down to 1 DVD at a time for $10 a month because they changed this because of the new streaming options. And there are a lot more things to stream, but in my opinion, there's nowhere near enough stuff to stream. 1 DVD at a time is not my preference, but it's my pocketbook's preference. So I was just not happy about that. Here are the choices. You can have 1 DVD at a time for $9.99 a month. Unlimited streaming. That's instant watch. 2 out at a time, $15. 3 out at a time, $20, basically. 4 DVDs at a time, $27. 5, $35. 6, $41 or $42. 7, $48, and 8, $55. And that used to be $40. So I don't know. Maybe in the summer I will bump it up. I'll have a lot more time to watch videos, but not happy with that. Let's move on to our next topic, which is how the homepage is now. Now, when you open up your account, there's this strip here, and it says Top Picks. Now, I don't know how I feel about this yet. I feel like because it's so prominent, these selections should be better. Most of the time, though, since they changed to this, these selections never make any sense. I really think they need to check their algorithm. Usually, though, the rest of the preferences are pretty spot on for all the other stuff. But for some reason, that top row, which is supposed to be, the most, the one that's supposed to match you up the most, it just does not. It just never gets it. I like the little animation and the way it stands out, but just not a fan of it. Now, the other thing that's been driving me crazy lately is when you go onto something and you mouse over it and you want to add it to your instant queue. For instance, if I wanted to add Ghost Ship, when you click on it, and then all this other stuff comes up, if let's say you want to add something else, instead of me being able to pick more stuff off of this, it'll go and it'll zap me to a whole nother page, and then the stuff on that little square leaves. That has always driven me crazy. I really hate that. Anyway, I wanted to tell you some picks that I have that I think you should check out on Instant Watch anyway for Netflix, and one of them happens to be Ghost Ship. This is from 2002. It's 90 minutes long, and it is fantastic. I ended up watching it because basically nothing else was on, but it has become one of my favorite horror movies and one of the very few ghost movies that I like. So I highly recommend you check it out. This recovery crew goes to, they're basically like treasure seekers kinda, and they hear about this treasure on this abandoned ship, and it's a cruise liner. And so they go there, they're given the job by this mysterious stranger. They go there and just craziness ensues. Scary, deadly craziness. So you do want to check this one out. Another one is The Beach. Now this just this was not available on Instant Watch until recently. At least I didn't know this until recently. Love this movie. It's from 2000. Leonardo DiCaprio. He meets, he's like, you know, globe-trotting young guy, just basically like living his life. No strings attached, I guess you could say. He's in Bangkok and he meets this guy who tells him about this beach, this amazing paradise where you could just kind of live out your life. No rules, no bills. It's just wonderful. So he gives him a map. Leonardo meets two other young travelers, Francois and Etienne. They're French. He's in love with Francois, who is Etienne's girlfriend, but he shows them the map. They go to the island. They're not welcomed warmly because it's kind of by invitation only. And the guy they met, that Leonardo met in Bangkok, has basically been giving the map out to everybody. But a lot of drama goes down. So if you have not seen it, you need to check out The Beach. Really, really good. And the last choice is Jackie Brown. One of my favorite Tarantino movies. It's between this and Pulp Fiction. This is my first favorite though. I have the deluxe edition of this. This is an amazing movie. Samuel L. Jackson should have definitely gotten an Oscar. So much is going on. I don't really have time to go into it, but you definitely need to check it out. It's from 1997, 154 minutes. It's rated R. Now I got a couple of sites I want to tell you about. If you have a Netflix subscription, you definitely want to check them out. First off, Flix. Now, this is a free service, and basically what it is you plug in your Netflix subscription, and you can find out to a kind of scary degree all about how you're using your Netflix subscription and if you're getting your money's worth. It analyzes your cost per movie, how often you return your DVDs, the average time you keep your DVDs, the average time other people are keeping their DVDs, so you can compare. It's phenomenal, and it's really fascinating to see how you're utilizing the service. Now the thing about it is, like for me, I had 10 years worth of Netflix rentals for it to go through, so it took like about 15-20 minutes for it to queue up all my information. But once it did, it was really cool to look in and see what was going on. On top of that, it also figures out somehow, using the Netflix feed, it'll tell you what Instant Watch titles are coming, what Instant Watch titles are about to expire. If you've got any that are set to expire in your queue, if you have Netflix, you definitely need to log on to this. Now it's free, and there's a paid service that you can get that'll give you even more detail. It does not get any of your account information or any of that stuff. It just goes in and finds out your rental activity. Great, great, great service. You definitely want to check it out. And if you just want to find a new Netflix community to hang out in, talk about movies and talk about Netflix, you want to join Movie Fans, a Netflix community. And this is a Ning forum, and you can check this out. I joined as Netflix Goddess, of course, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm going to put a link to this and a link to Flix in the description box. I'm also going to put a link to Jackie Brown, Ghost Ship, and The Beach. So if you have a Netflix subscription, you can click on and check those out. Let me know in the comments if you are ticked off about the price changes on Netflix. That's my timer. So my time is up. I want to make sure I get everything I wanted to talk about in. Because, of course, I don't want to make this 2 parts. So, that's going to do it for this episode of Netflix Fix. You can tell me what you think about it in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.